What's going on, GW2 community? Welcome back to another Guild Wars 2 build video. My name is Ultra Runner, and before we jump into the build, if you are new to the channel, we make new videos every week with a focus on builds for SPVP, World vs. World, and Open World. If this is something that interests you, please consider supporting the channel by subscribing, liking, or commenting. Now, this Condition Soulbeast build can pump out incredible AoE damage along with being pretty good in 1v1 situations because of the mobility you have while in beast mode with the juvenile owl skills, Quickening Screech, which gives you near permanent swiftness, and Swoop, which allows you to dash forward 1200 meters. As a Condition Soulbeast trapper, your job is simple. Map control. You can drop traps on one node and be at the next node in 5 seconds. Since you can move so quickly and traverse the map, this build excels at controlling which nodes you want to defend or take. If you find yourself in a situation where you know you can't win, drop a trap, go invisible, break line of sight, and swoop out of the area and group up with a teammate so you are in a winning situation. Although this build is very good at 1v1s, even better in small skirmishes, especially when you're trying to defend or take a node. Alright, let's get into the Condition Soulbeast Trapper node build, starting with the weapons. On the front bar, we have the short bow. This is an excellent ranged weapon, has a lot of condition, lots of bleed damage there, lots of poison damage, swiftness added on, bleeding, crippling, immobilization, and vulnerability, stun, and daze. Lots going on with the short bow. And on the back bar, we have axe and torch. I use this a lot when I'm actually on a node, and here's why. Bonfire. This is one of the best damage skills in the game, period, for any profession, and here's why. Take a look at that radius. So it's got a radius of 240, and look at the time that it does that amount of damage. It's doing over 11,000 damage, AoE damage, in 3 seconds. Now, along with the other damage that you have with these two weapons, you have the Thrown Torch, which drops an additional 5,000, Winter's Bite, which is over an additional 7,000 of bleed damage, and it chills and it weakens. And on top of that, you have Split Blade, which is dropping an additional 12,000. So these 4 skills right here are dropping almost 40,000 damage in a very short amount of time. Moving over to our utility skills, we are using a lot of traps. We have Healing Spring for our heal, Viper's Nest, Flame Trap, and Spike Trap. This is your free get out of jail card. If you are being whacked on, drop this at your feet. Everybody pops up in the air, they fall on their back. It gives you a small opportunity to get away. And if that is the case, drop your trap, hit swoop, get out of there, give yourself a lot of breathing room, and you'll most likely have swiftness on almost 100% of the time because Quickening Screech gives you swiftness for 10 seconds. It's on a 12-second timer. But when you go over to your short bow, if they're chasing you, hit Quick Shot. This gives you an additional 9 seconds, so you'll have it almost all the time as long as you hit that ability once in a while. And on top of that, for our elite skill, we're using Entangle. Now, Entangle has a lot of damage here. Check this out. 8,000 bleed damage, immobilizing all of the enemies in a 600-meter radius. Hugely beneficial skill every 48 seconds. This is massive for defending or taking nodes. Moving over to the professions part of the build, let's start with Soulbeast. So in the first row, we have Live Fast. Second row, we have Predator's Cunning. When you apply poison to a foe, steal health from them. So you have a couple abilities for that. You have the Poison Trap and you have Poison Volley. Now in the third row, while in beast mode, if you would be downed, you instead fall out of beast mode and recover health. So instead of dying, it just takes you out of beast mode and actually gives you an opportunity to get away and drop a trap and recuperate. Wilderness Survival. In the first row, we have Lesser Muddy Terrain. When you use your healing trap, it's also going to create a muddy terrain around that trap in a 240-meter radius, crippling, slowing, and immobilizing all of the enemies in that area. In the second row, we have more condition damage since we are using a torch on our back bar. And in the third row, we are reducing the time that it takes for survival to come back around, so you can use that even more during your matches. Moving on to skirmishing, which this one is absolutely critical to this build. In the first row is Trapper's Expertise. You need this skill so you can use all of your traps more often. These are on short timers, 16 seconds, 12 seconds, 16, and your heal trap is on a 24-second timer. Now in the second row we have Hidden Barbs, which makes all of your bleed abilities 33% more dangerous. And in the final column we have Light on Your Feet. Damage and condition duration are increased after dodging or using quick shot. Short bow skills pierce and gain recharge reduction, and their attacks from behind or while flanking are improved. There is so much going on in that ability, you'd be crazy not to pick this ability. There you have it, friends. That is the Condition Soulbeast build for SPVP. Hang on and check out some of the gameplay so you can see how deadly this build is in action. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Enjoy the build, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.